Can
I'm
you
just
give me a
confused why
scenario
it's
where
disregarding
man
women
left
when
Guy,
they
man?
wait, I have something to add to this, right? Because Sweeney just said something interesting. It's okay. You need to get your asthma pump before I talk. Y'all seem real. Y'all all right? Y'all good?
I want to add this because we bring up the data, right? The reality is we do understand that while it may be true that women initiate 70% of divorces, specifically black women, that does not mean that over 70% of the instances is because the man is at fault. There's a lot of like relationships fail for a number of reasons. And I always tell people we do to one another. Those couples are doing to each other. One just decided to walk away. You know what I mean? And one decided not to. But the reality is that specifically speaking to black women, you have the most liberal group as your men. You have the group of men that is most likely to help you out around the household. They're most likely to take care of the kids with you. That is most likely to cook in the household. That is most likely to clean the house. That's black men. We're the group that's most likely to do that. And we've been that way for decades because we've always been virtually equal. There's never been a time where men were placed on a significant pedestal over black women. There's never been a time of that. So that's why we're the way that we are now. So for us to sit here and I see us doing the tit for tat thing, but the reality is that we're divorcing for our feelings, and there is no real conversation about what you're doing to make somebody feel unappreciated and what you may be doing that makes your partner feel unappreciated. Both people are feeling unappreciated in the relationships. And the quicker we get away from, oh, it's only the men's fault that women are divorcing, the faster we find out, okay, well, how do we solve those relationships? How do we keep those people from divorcing at the rate that they are? Because a 70% divorce rate is a failure, not just for the men, but for the entire group. That is a failure as a community.
And that's
And
what yeah, that's true. And that's where people in the I mean, I know JR don't like this reading the comments, but you say that the family or whatever, it's not supposed to be a war or it's not a war. It is a war. We just had a king talk where this man has to fight to keep his son from being, well, it's already too late. That didn't already happen. They transitioned his son into a daughter. That's a war. It's been an attack on the family, the nuclear family, since I don't know what, since integration, since the welfare state. That's war, man. That's war against the nuclear family. It's a fight. But we use our feelings to bow out of the trenches. But power to those who can keep their families together. I know it ain't easy. I know it's a struggle, but power to those who still holding it down, going into 2025 and able to keep their families together.
And then
I
Hold
have a
on,
question.
Sweeney.
Where was
Hold on, hold
feelings
on.
not being important when I asked y'all this question about the woman you would marry, and y'all decided that y'all was gonna get the woman with the 1,000 bodies because y'all feelings wouldn't allow y'all to take the woman who has changed and reformed?
Can I just
okay.
Like y'all
recognize
use
because
our
Darwin.
feelings all the time to determine what female you're gonna work with based on however her childhood trauma shows up. So I just be confused when y'all act like y'all don't make decisions when it's time to leave a woman alone or anything like that. Like it's not an emotion that causes that thought that strikes that trigger in your head. Like I'm confused.
Nah, you
Hold
asked an
on, what are you
impossible
referring
question.
to? You
That
referring
question she
to
asked last
Men
week.
leaving situations because of their emotions. Y'all saying
Men
y'all
don't
don't
leave.
understand why women leave situations for being emotional, but when men do leave a situation, it's because their emotions are triggered too. But y'all just show it in a different way. It's just triggered in a different way. So
can
I'm
you
just
give me a
confused why
scenario
it's
where
disregarded when
man left
women.
Guy,
man?
wait, I have something to add to this, right? Because Sweeney just said something interesting. It's okay. You need to get your asthma pump before I talk. Y'all seem real. Y'all all right? Y'all good? All right.
Nah, you've been on dark mode for 45 minutes, man. We're
Listen,
trying to move along.
breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, okay? Listen. All I'm saying is that Sweeney said men don't leave relationships, but just because you're physically there doesn't mean that you haven't emotionally checked out. A lot of men will physically sit in a relationship and emotionally check out, and they will antagonize the woman until she initiates the departure. Just because your
There we go.
physical
Chicken or
being
the
is
egg.
there does not mean that you're not doing things that are not conducive to being in a healthy relationship. There are a lot of people that sit in toxicity. That doesn't make you any better. That actually makes you a coward because you're not doing anything to contribute to the health of the relationship and you're not departing the relationship. So what are we
DJ,
really doing?
DJ, that's like I could just go and say, oh, well, men are emotionally checking out of a relationship because the woman did something to him. That's basically a chicken or the egg argument.
It's not a chicken or the egg argument. What I'm saying is that when women get fed up, we leave. Like we have a limit. You just because you're sitting in toxicity doesn't make you the higher being in a situation.
Well,
Do you
maybe because the
understand?
man, maybe because nobody said that the
Sometimes
man is the higher being.
separation is the only option. I'm not saying that that should be the first option or it's the best option, but sometimes in some scenarios that is the option because guess what? If you're not working towards doing something better
Can you
or
give us a
improving the
scenario so we can have more
situation
understanding?
or
Out of-
I just
improving
got
the
I got a quick question
situation.
about it.
Go
I got a quick
ahead.
question about it. DJ, where you pulling this from?
What do you mean? Where am I pulling what from?
You said it's a lot of men who are emotionally checking out. I was trying to see where you were pulling that
You can
information
see
from.
it in the numbers because
I can
okay,
answer that.
let me put it to you like this. If a woman, let me give you a better example.
Can I
A
give
coroner comes onto the scene and he pronounces a person dead. Does that mean that he killed that person?
What?
Just answer the question.
Ask the question again.
When a coroner comes onto the scene, a coroner is the person that pronounces a person dead. If a coroner comes onto the scene and pronounces a person dead, does that mean he killed the person?
The corner?
Yes.
No.
The coroner.
No, the coroner's usually not responsible for the death.
So my point to this is just because a woman pronounces a relationship dead doesn't mean that she's the killer of the relationship.
That also
She
doesn't mean
is
that
just
she's
the
not
person that
complicit.
has proclaimed the status of the relationship. You're not. A lot of
Damn,
y'all don't want to
DJ,
go to
I thought
therapy.
you was about to say some
Hold on, and I'm
profound shit
almost
just now.
finished. A lot of y'all don't want to go to therapy. A lot of y'all are not improving your behavior.
Oh
A lot of y'all
my
are not communicating. When a woman communicates with you, you call her a nag. So when we get to this dead end and we're
DJ,
constantly
Hold on,
getting
hold
to
on. Let me
one dead end after another, then after a while, somebody has to proclaim the status of the relationship.
Hold on. I think
dead.
Sharon wanted. Hold on, Sharon wanted to add something. She said she got stats.
So to help, what was that? I can't see. Y'all know I got my glasses.
No, DJ.
Yeah, DJ. So to give an example that we see happen a lot, like not majority of the time, but sometimes, right? A way of checking out, maybe you have a side chick now, so you're emotionally checked out. So that doesn't happen, Sweeney. We don't have a side chick era.
What the hell are we doing?
No. I said this is not majority. I'm just
We're
giving you
talking about a 70% divorce rate.
So Sweeney, let me finish
Yeah,
talking.
we skipping points. It's really confusing.
So let me finish my point though, because he asked her how do men emotionally check out? It wasn't that a question a few minutes ago? Give an example, right?
The question was where was she pulling it from, and I already had an idea of where she was pulling it from, but I just wanted to see if she was going to say it. But go ahead.
Right. So I'm just giving you an example. Okay. So emotionally checked out can also be okay if you have another person who is basically you're in a relationship, but then you have another relationship outside of your relationship. That's a way of emotionally checking out because now you have something to offset what's going on in your relationship. You're not having to tackle it head on. Now you have something like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna leave, but I have this person over here satisfying me in other ways that maybe I'm not getting in my relationship. And that's a way that people emotionally check out because unfortunately, when you're dealing with somebody else, you're taken away from the household. And so what we see is a lot of people, not all, not even most, but a lot of men who do that. And I would say even women, but if we take emotions out of the situation, right? How often do y'all? What's the drama for? Am I speaking?
Yeah, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. No, keep going. I'm just laughing.
Or do you do this, Winnie, or something?
Yeah, always laugh. Come on
We're
now. I've
just
been laughing at Bruiser for like 45 minutes. Come on now.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, we're not gonna, because we're all intelligent people here. We do know that there are side chicks, right? Did I make that up?
No,
Okay.
No, Shan,
Go ahead,
Shan,
go ahead,
you
go
know what the
ahead.
problem? I can tell you what the problem is, Shan. That you came up under the guise of supporting her point, and you just made it like even worse. You didn't support her point at all. You're just saying a possible scenario, but that doesn't mean that doesn't have anything to do with the frequency of that happening. And that's what I was asking. How do you support that data? Because we're pushing a narrative at this point, right? And I'm trying to figure, why are we making it out as if dudes are just literally checking out? And you're saying that it's a lot. That doesn't really mean anything. There's nothing tangible there. There's no data to support that dudes are doing this a lot. We do know for a fact that women are the majority of the initiators when it comes to divorce. Why it is what.
Hold on, y'all.
What's that statement you said about data again?
So when we talk on here, we don't always bring up data, right? But we know
I do.
We do know that some men cheat. Is that
some women cheat too?
Right, exactly. I'm saying both, right?
Statistics say that women cheat more than men now.
Absolutely. Either way. What I'm saying is this is as an example of how people emotionally check out of the relationship. Whether if y'all want me to say men and women, this is a way that people emotionally check out of their relationship. I'm just giving an example. I hate to touch
Can I
hold on real quick.
Can I support my